Hi,
everybody.
How are you?
Hello.
On the internet world.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll let people start filtering in. If you guys missed our one 2 weeks ago, I'm Maddy, this is Taya, and this week we have Nicole. She is another healer at Bubba's ArT HauS in Calgary.
And we are fresh from an alchemical dance journey that just wrapped up. 2 hours of movement, of ritual and meditation and some energy clearing. And it was pretty powerful. And we're doing it again next week, next Saturday. So if y'all want to come on in for that. How was that for you?
It was amazing for us. I've never experienced anything like that before, and I definitely had some mind-blowing experiences during that. So I'd highly suggest you guys check that out. Or I don't know, you're new for our little thing, so you should tell them what you actually do, because you actually have a very unique psychic gift.
I don't know if I call it psychic.
Okay, I've never channeling gift.
Yeah, I mean,
intuitive gift. Let's call it that.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Nicole. My priestess name is Oshia, and I also do oracle readings. There is channeling involved. I connect with the Akashic records and just receive what needs to be received. And so there's also energy clearing and also wound clearing involved. So that's the basis of what I do. And we tap into the energy and communicate what's being received, and then whatever action steps that are given, it's up to you to follow through or to take it as it resonates. So that's a bit of, and then my foundational gift is through movement. So through dance, we really tap into the body to heal and to also clear and release what needs to be released. So there's a lot of release work there, but within that release work, we open. You open to those breakthroughs. You open to those messages that are there for you. The energy gets unleashed so much that that things can start to flow, and you feel a little lighter. You're more grounded, but you're also more open to have the ahas and the breakthroughs and the clarity that is there for you. So and so I'm not going to be staying too long for this round, but I'll stick around for a little bit and join the party. And if you all have any questions, we're here to support you.
Yeah.
And I know I've done 2 of your ritual things now, and both times were incredibly magical and incredibly powerful.
For me, I was sharing with Nicole just a few moments ago about how even though what's coming through is not English, I can still understand the message, because the message is very simple and it's very clear.
Well, and you can feel it too.
And I think that's why, because it's invoking a lot of the senses. It's not just one sense that's absorbing the message, it's like multiple senses. And so it was extremely powerful and transformative and needed. So it was lovely. So join us next weekend.
Saturday, right?
Saturday from 6 to 8 for the second installment.
Oh, is it like a second part, like a part 2?
Yeah, part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be dancing your butt off for part 2.
Working.
Yeah.
No, even the guys were enjoying it. So
it was good vibes.
Laughter. Lots of laughter.
Really healing, transformative. Like it was just exactly what we needed, and that's why.
Well, the energies were kind of low last week, right? For everybody, it seems, and now this week it's kind of starting to get back up and getting a little spicy.
Yeah. So forget
Spunky.
what you know. Forget what you know about, or what you think your perception is about going into a dance journey, and come and experience it for yourself. That's all I got to say.
There's a question for you, Nicole.
Yeah.
Can you speak more on the Akashic Records, please? What are they? How do you access them? What do they provide?
Okay, cool. Yes, Darcel. So the Akashic Records, in a nutshell, is basically your soul's library, right? It's your library, and think of like this expansive, the most exquisite library, tall shelves with all the books, and all the books are about you. So and to access, and anybody can access their Akashic Records. If you train in them, you will, depending on who you learn from, they will give you different access prayers to access your records. But when you go into your records, they help to heal or get insight or clarity on past lives, on certain behaviors that you may be noticing now, and you're wondering, well, where does that come from? We can go into the records to get some clarity about where did the foundation, what instilled this behavior. You can go into the records for forgiveness. You can go into ancestral healing. You can go in there to get guidance on, what's going on presently that you would like some help with. You can ask for about future tense, but your questions need to, in order to go into to access your records, you need to ask the question. So it's a little bit more specific than asking the cards, or asking a channel to say, oh, what is the message I need to know now? They're going to ask you, well, what do you want to know now? Right? Right. It needs to be a little bit more specific, and then whatever your record keepers will share with you will pertain to that question. And sometimes sometimes if it's something that is just like, you're not ready to receive that, you might not get that specific answer, but you might get another message that is prevalent to where you presently are. So I hope that makes sense. And it's a conversation, right? It's almost like when you're talking to your ancestors or your spirit guides. It's a conversation, and whatever they are giving you is always it's guidance, but it's not like it's verbatim. It's just some information, and then you have the freedom of, you always, as humans, we have the freedom of choice to then you do what you will with that information, right? Like for instance, if there's guidance on, you're working too hard, you're going to get, if you're working too hard, you might be opening an invitation for other things. Now, you get that information, but you don't, if you're like, oh, I'm working too hard, okay, and you don't look at, okay, what's in that space, and if there's any micro adjustments to say, okay, well, maybe I need to make some adjustments so your health is not impacted. Okay, that's your choice. If you're like, okay, I'm working but I gotta make money, so it is what it is, right? And then all of a sudden there's some health problems along the way, then it's like, well, you got the information, and that's your choice, right? So really, it's like, okay, you're receiving information, and then it's up to you to apply it, or to really seriously reflect and look at what either needs to be adjusted, or looked at, shifted, changed, make space for, clear, forgiven, more love, or whatever it needs, whatever you need for your life. So I hope that makes sense.
I work with Akashic Records too, and I do a lot of past life stuff with that.
Yeah, I was going to say my first experience with the Akashic Records was actually through Maddy, through doing a past life session, a reading for me. Mm-hmm. And I found, and actually we just did one recently, and what it gave me was perspective, because I realized how subjective we are in our lives when you're just, focused on your day-to-day activities. They're very much about you. And then going into your past, especially into a past life, it gives you, okay, here's a starting point, and here you are now. You can see patterns. Do those continue into this life? And if so, how is it going to go this way now? Mm-hmm. So what it gave me was objective perspective instead of just subjective. And that's what I really appreciated about the Akashic Records. Every time I go there, just seeing the temple, what it looks like, how many different souls are there waiting for me, my books, like you said, that are waiting for me, the doors that you can go into and how different they all are, and just it's an amazing place to explore.
Okay, so we have Annette on here, and she said, hello, never been here before, anything for me please. So
Annette, could you just write in the chat what's the most prevalent thing that's alive and present for you right now?
Yeah, so for those of you who have just tuned in, we have Nicole, Taya, Maddy, and we're all doing free online readings for you guys tonight. We work out of Bubba's ArT HauS in Calgary, and if you want a full reading, we are here Fridays from 5 to 10, Saturdays 1 to 8, and Sundays 1 to 8. We have free coffee, free snacks,
free hugs,
and good times.
Stimulating conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Nicole does movement therapy and light language, and you have a whole bunch of stuff going on. Taya does numerology and intuitive readings and card readings, and I do past life stuff and mediumship and messages from spirit guides, spirit animals.
Why did my mom, Annette, why did my mom say she didn't like me? She hated me. Oh.
All right, you're shuffling cards.
Okay, so you can question why as the day is long, but that's not really the correct question you need to be asking right now.
So this is for Annette.
Yes. So Annette, the cards for the last week have been love, unconditional love, spiritual partnership, working with love. What we need to do is have compassion for a person on their journey. Your mother is a person. I don't know where they are right now. That's not my forte, but they're somebody who is lacking love, and that's why they fill you with that hate.
Yeah, so when I tune into it, it's kind of like a learned behavior. She was never given love, compassion.
Exactly.
So that kind of came out on you, unfortunately, and it's your turn to break that cycle.
Yeah. See, so here we go again.
Yeah.
Love again. See, I shuffle. It's like that's just fart out love right now.
Yeah. So it's nothing to do with you.
No, this is not. Yeah.
This is a cycle that you need to break.
You just have to have compassion for her on her journey and say, you know what, this sickness I don't allow in my life. I will not continue this sickness into the future. It ends here.
And like you might give her all of the love and she might deny it because she doesn't know how to accept that love.
So, yeah.
Spiritual partnership, Annette.
So Annette, I got for you this one. So it's talking more of what Maddy was saying. About you get to break that you get to release that cord and not bring it into, you know, your next generation. So even though, you know, there was a lot of fragmented energy from your mother that you were saying here, you are instilled with a higher capacity for love. Now, you said that you give a lot, right? And that's a little bit of overcompensation because of what you were lacking growing up. What you need to be careful of is the overgiving. Not saying that you can't give, but you have because this says a high heart, right? So the heart energy is an expansive. The energy is an outward energy, and you, from judging what you're saying, your energy is like big, right? And expensive, which is amazing because you're basically you are learning from what you have received and the lack that you have received, and you're like, no, well, I'm not gonna do that, right? I'm not gonna do that this time, right? I'm gonna not do what I'm not gonna give people the feeling that you received. So there's a bit of overcompensating. So what's coming through is that you need to protect your energy. You and also being able to have, if your mother is alive or not, even just for yourself, have a ritual that you can do is put your hand on your heart and to bring forgiveness in. You may never know why your mother was the way that she was, but you have a choice to either to bring that energy in, or to that habit, that pattern stops with you. And how you desire to model a new relationship with that, if that makes sense, right? And so with this high heart, it's like this as Taya said, this transformative. You are bringing out this energy of love for yourself and for others and for your mother that transforms what you have received in the past.
See, and even then, you could go into a past life and see what sort of, how you guys know each other. You know, how that relationship, like I was talking about, you have a more objective point of view if you go further back into past lives. Okay, well, what patterns do we have in that life? How can we, stop those things in this life? How can we, make it better or transform from these generational damaging ways?
All right, we have a lot going on here.
Okay.
So I hope that helps, Annette.
Yeah.
We have Annabelle. She says, "Hi everyone, I have a question. I've been struggling to get a job for a while and going through other issues. I want to know if things will get better financial wise, and job, please."
No, you're doomed. No, of course it's going to get better. It's just really hard to see right now.
So right now, what's happening in the world is everybody is financially struggling. And it's not just you, it's literally everybody.
But it's what Nicole said. You have to focus on your health. That's the message that you're given. If you don't do this, make time for your wellness, you're going to have to take time for your illness, because we're overworking ourselves, because we're so lacking right now, whether it's financial stability, whether it's emotional support, whether it's somebody respecting our boundaries, whatever the case is, we're lacking.
I also get, like, for you, Annabelle, that you are supposed to be working for yourself. You're not supposed to be working for somebody else. You're supposed to be running your own business of some kind. So sorry.
Yeah, and I'm gonna Annabelle, these cards jumped out. I was like, yo, girl. So alignment. So just what Maddy was saying about working for yourself. You have an invitation to really dig deep into what is the type of what's the type of work you want to do. What are you lit up and fired up about? What is your soul purpose gifts that like that you want to be doing? And okay, so this comes through, right? Communication, co-creation, right? So what are you communicating and what are you not communicating, right? What are you afraid to really say, I want to do this? Are you afraid to step out, and guide your own ship, is this something that you're afraid of but also excites you because you might have been getting possibility, like opportunities and things that could blossom into other things? So just some things to think about. Okay, so these two are coming. I love these cards.
Right.
These two are coming together. So
That's mine.
Yeah.
life force energy, okay, and infinite. All right. So what? As you're right now, you're in the space of like of uncertainty, right? And I'm sending out the energy to you that clarity becomes clear, and the financials and everything, because I it's a lot, it's intense. However, there is an invitation for you to really what would this energy, what does that look like for you, right? What does that look like for you in terms of how you co-create and co-design in your life? And know that you have infinite potentiality to, like, the possibilities are, whatever you decide, and whatever you decide from your whole heart, like whatever you decide from an aligned place, not from a stressed out place, but from an aligned place, whatever you decide to do, is it needs to feed this. It needs to feed your energy, and know that whatever that is, there's infinite potential, infinite possibilities for it to go in beautiful flourishing directions, right? That again, you are the queen of that ship, right? You get to choose whether it's you take another 9 to 5 that gives you the best feeling in the world, you have the best co-workers, you're in the best environment, you love what you're doing, or it's something that you are creating for yourself, right? Only you get to decide. However, you have an opportunity right now to get really clear on what that is, for your next step. So you don't go in so really think about, like, which are you moving into something because of the stress of I gotta make money now? Yeah. Or are you moving into something where you're gonna make money, but it's also going to be something that, again, feeds your energy.
And that is healthy.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps.
All right. So Annette says, do you all do regressions? I actually do past life regressions. We have one coming up in March, I think. So. It's a group one, but I also do private past life regressions as well. Else do we have going on here? You guys are awesome. There's so many comments this time. Andrea says hello. Hello, Andrea. Nadine found out about us from Awa. She says hi from Edmonton.
Hi.
Hello, Edmonton.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Barbie says that she's sorry about playing with stars. She sent us a bunch of stars.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Yay for stars.
Okay. Nate. Oh my gosh. Nadine says, I'm having a hell of a time finding community / sisterhood, etc. with folks that have the same passions and values as myself and my family.
And she's
wondering
in Edmonton.
if anything comes through as to why or how to achieve or find this.
Well, you're in Edmonton?
Yes, I believe
It's
she's
because you're in Edmonton. People up in Edmonton are not as nice as Calgarians. I don't know. No. No. It's one of those things that when you stop looking for something, it just shows up. You know, you just gotta, like, you know, be present. Never underestimate the power of presence. Go out, you know, go for a walk. Go to the grocery store and put your beacon on. Attract all those who are meant to find you.
I feel like there's a lot of like fake spirituality though going on.
Of course.
And like, you know, so it depends on like what kind of community you're looking for. We have a great one here in Calgary at Baba's ArT HauS.
Yeah.
You can just, it's what, all different religions, all
Well,
different,
look at us.
Yeah,
we're all so different, and
yeah.
yet we're all, you know, vibing to that same sort of message from the universe.
Yeah.
So-
Edmonton is hard though.
Yeah.
See what I can figure out.
What was the name of the person?
Nadine.
Nadine. I know if you go on Facebook, there are some groups that you can check out. I know that there's an Edmonton Conscious page. There is a spiritual page. You know, so there are some Facebook groups that you can go check out as well. So even like Facebook events or your favorite, you know, crystal store, or, you know, any specific events that will happen, or even Eventbrite, you know, those are, and you just type in what your interests are. I'm also wondering.
Yeah, I got cards that jumped out at me too, and I'm like, all right, let's see what you get.
So here's what came out for you. Again, life force energy. So really,
be careful what you put out into the universe, because you might just get it.
Yeah. What's feeding your life force energy, and are you going into spaces that is feeding your life force energy? Yes, community is absolutely, it does that. So really look into those places that you're interested in. Is it just spirituality? Is it you know, all the witchy things, or is there other things? And are you afraid to talk about it as well? Are you afraid to talk about it in public for fear of being shamed, or making fun of, or like be like, oh, you like that, what, you know, because that could also hinder on, you know, finding the people in your community that you know, that you can hang with. And I know there are lots of there are groups, and I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm here, but you know, it's you know, just asking around, you know, in shops or in spaces, or, you know, people, maybe acquaintances or whatnot, that can point you in the right direction. But definitely check out the Facebook groups and Facebook events, you know, as a starting point, or Eventbrite, because that's where, you know, I sometimes go there, you know, look out and like what's happening during the week, you know, so that's always good.
I also see that there's some kind of change that you need, and you're looking in the wrong places. I see you looking in the open spaces, but you should be turning up rocks and like looking for the hidden gem. They're like showing me you picking up rocks and looking under rocks instead of just walking out and turning your head.
Yeah, it's focusing on the little things, the stuff that you think are not a big deal. For me, what I saw is, you say you want these people in your life, you want these things, but have you made room for these people? Have you made room for these changes? Have you emptied your cup, so to speak? Okay, and these cards that come up are change and manifestation, which is, you know, a change is coming. Be careful, because you asked for it. The universe is now providing it, but you have to be a little bit patient. ask, believe, receive. And like, what is it that you want to manifest? Why do you want to manifest what you want? Is it like actually what you want, what you need, or is it just old programming?
Yeah. Nadine, you're a gemstone therapist. Beautiful.
That's awesome. Sometimes random things come through like that, and it's a great confirmation to know that we're on the right track.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, sorry you guys. There's so many comments. You guys are amazing. Look at this. Just scroll way the fuck up here. Okay, Andrea wants to ask about her godmother. Will she be with us for the near future? Okay. I'm not sure, Andrea, if your godmother has crossed over or not yet, because I can't seem to find her on the other side, or if she's recently crossed over. If you were able to let me know.
Yeah, see, that's not my forte.
Yeah, like I can't feel her crossed over, so if she's...
So if you're just tuning in, hi
not
guys.
as of an hour ago. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for somebody who's... Okay.
New, wow.
So when somebody first crosses over and they go to the astral realm, they're usually gathered by all of their loved ones that have previously crossed over. What happens then is they're taken into like a beautiful healing room where they get to kind of go over and have a review of everything that they experienced on this life. They're healed from all their trauma, they're healed from like any limitations, and just pretty much given a full reset. And they're usually here for about 1 to 2 weeks of our time. If that's helpful at all.
Yeah, I'm not getting any. What I'm just feeling is just lots of love.
Yeah. Self-love.
It's just lots of lots of love. I'm not getting anything else other than that.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that like she's lost or anything. It just means that she's in healing or transition. Hopefully that helps. Oh no. Okay, Barbie says, I've been thinking of a certain financial change. Is it the right move?
Well, you gotta ask yourself, why are you making the change? Is it out of necessity, or is it like what we were talking about a few moments ago? Out of desperation, because your choices are getting very limited, or is it because it's actually your passion, something that you've been called to do?
So okay, so let me just show you what I got. So seamless is what's a smooth transition. You want to be really intentional and mindful of of making abrupt moves, and just really feel into what is right for you. Why, as Taya was saying, the why of why you want to make this this change, and just weighing out you know, the possibilities of which in the directions that you choose to go. um and like the seamless is like, it, how can it be less stressful and smooth as possible for you? Can it be seamless for you? What are the things that need to be in place for it to be seamless for you? And is this, you know, is this thing that you're contemplating, you know, uh can it be seen, or are there other things that need to be in place for it to be a smooth transition? It's like when you go with the flow of the current of the water, right? When you're in the, like if you're swimming, you're floating, or in a boat, right? You notice, or if you're in a like kayak paddle and you're paddling, you're going, right? And if you go with the current, it's a lot easier, right? You're going where you need to go. But if you go against the current, then you're working a lot harder. You're not going to get there as quicker, and you're putting in a lot more work than it needs to be. So you know, whatever the situation is, or what is happening in your life right now, just really think about those things. How can your boat, you know, how can you, you know, steer your boat, right, in the with the flow, in the most seamless way as possible. So hope that helps.
Yeah, my cards are both coming up. Spiritual partnership and spiritual career. So if you're wanting to make a move into this more spiritual realm, yeah, green light. You know, there's no wrong with that. You'll get to your passion if this is not it.
Okay. Yeah, Barbie said she's not desperate.
Beautiful. Then that's the right move. Yeah, if you're operating because it's your passion, then you're essentially vibrating at one of the highest levels you can. And you'll never be bored. You'll never feel like work. And yeah, it'll definitely feel correct.
Cool.
Hope that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting to be a busker. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do that.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making music for people, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot of improv too, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, you're welcome, Barbie.
All right.
There seems to be a theme happening here.
You know what's weird?
Mhm.
Every single time that
We
we've
do this.
done this, like
Yeah.
not even just this, but like readings at markets and stuff, there's
There's
always
always
a
a
theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, you definitely start to pick up on that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
So again, I'm Taya, and we're here at Baba's Art House. This is Nicole, and this is Maddy, and I guess they can tell you a little bit about themselves for those of you who are
Who just joined.
joining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Amazing. I'll reintroduce myself again.
It's because
Communication.
like new people
Yeah.
keep coming on.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, real quick, I do energy clearing, womb clearing, channeling, movement, alchemical movement, journeys, Akashic records. Yeah. Yeah. That is that.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, I do soul retrieval, past life readings, past life regressions, sound healing, mediumship, messages from spirit guides, spiritual coaching, mentorship, and a million other things.
I primarily work with numbers. They've been a guiding factor for me through numerology for the last 20 plus years. I try to, tell it like it is and try to help you figure out what your life purpose is. figure out what your passion is, and then help you use that infinite potential in the service of good. Also, you know, sometimes I help you find hope despite all the adversity that we face. So yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Barbie said you did a static dance at an event that she was at, Nicole. She said you were amazing.
Yeah.
You need to come.
Thank you.
Okay, so you need to come next weekend, right?
Next weekend.
So Nicole is doing a dance ritual thing. We actually did it tonight.
Yeah.
And it was fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. Everybody had fun.
Oh yeah, it was great. So if you want to be a part of her dance, definitely show up next weekend. Saturday at
6 to 8 p.m. and we'll be in the lower level. It's a nice intimate space, so it's a limited amount that we can hold, so you definitely want to reserve your space if you desire to come, but it's definitely good vibes. You will definitely, you know, I like to say it's an alchemical ritual because you know, you come in one way, right? You come in at one state, your energy is vibing at what it is, but we go through a ceremony and you leave differently, right? You have cleared whatever needs to be cleared. You have received whatever messages you need to receive. You know, you deeply get to reconnect into your body, and you know, and it's a space where you get to receive. And I feel that, you know, in any healing modality or any reading or any clearing or anything that you really, you know, you have an opportunity to have that alchemical experience. You have that opportunity to receive. You know, you have that opportunity to open up, to allow things that have been stuck in the body, you know, whether it's in the womb, whether it's in your back, your arms, your shoulders, your legs, or whatever, your throat, you know, once you be able to clear that stuff, there's a clarity piece that is received, right? Movement is one of the most effective ways to really support that.
It's so healing.
And you know, and then once you've opened up the body, you know, you are activated, right? It's more than just clear. Yes, you get to clear, you get to receive, but you are also activated. You're activated to really align with yourself. You know, that where that alignment card comes from, but it's like I believe it was for Annette, where that alignment piece happens, right? And we come back into ourselves and we remember who exactly we are, right?
We also have to admit that we don't know it all, you know, and we're learning, and we need to have compassion with ourselves and others on this journey. That love, that self-love, that unconditional love.
Okay, so back to Andrea, because there's so many comments here.
Okay.
Andrea said it felt very close when I talked to her an hour ago. So that's how we can find her. She hasn't passed yet. So hospital, I guess.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Andrea. It feels like it's gonna be within the next week. So brace yourself for that.
Sending you lots of love.
Yeah.
And healing, and with you and your family.
I'm not sure how you are going to feel about this, but I feel like because you're aware, you're supposed to help and ease her through this process. So I know we haven't really talked about you doing energy work or anything like that, so I'm not sure if you do, but it feels like you're supposed to help her kind of cross over.
Almost like a death doula.
Kind of like a death doula, like you're just gonna be sending her energy to help her ease through it.
Like,
just,
it's okay.
Just to like calm her nerves and just make sure that everything.
Like, we don't die. It's
Yeah,
an illusion.
we don't die. Yeah.
We just leave this vessel that can no longer function with us in it. And I think that's what people are afraid of, that unknown. And if we let go of that fear and realize, okay, death is a place we've been to. We've been to that place numerous times. It is a place that we are familiar with more than anywhere. And it's an illusion that you are dying. You're not. You're just transcending into another form, another being, another state of consciousness. It's like Maddy was talking about. You go to this place where you're rehabilitated to be the highest version of yourself, where you have total clarity and you let go of all guilt, all obligation, all old programming, things that don't serve you. And I think that's what a lot of the older generations have, the fear of God instilled in them.
Yeah,
and
that is not good.
It's really hard to break that programming. But if you show a person unconditional love and compassion for what they're going through, everything will be all right. And that's what I think a lot of people need to hear, is everything's going to be all right. And just being there for somebody is huge.
Yeah, so Andrea, if you could just like meditate and look at her body and just like breathe with her and just like help her ease and help her just become lighter and just hold space for her. Keep the light beings around her and her family around her and just ease her into it. Yeah.
Yeah, transition is never easy.
No.
But,
all right. Well, does anybody have any other questions before we run away? You end up staying the whole time.
I know. I just got into it. And then
that never happens, huh?
I know. I'm feeling it though, but I'm here. It's been a long day, friends.
Yeah, we've been here for quite a while.
It's been a full day.
Yeah.
Not complaining. It's
been
a full day.
It's been a whole fun day though.
Yeah. But when it's been a full day and then you start to like, oh, you start to feel it. Yeah.
Start to go brain dead a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Darcel.
No, abundance, and gratitude for the way the world is, despite the fact that there's a lot of chaos going on outside. Inside, you can keep your sanity by finding your tribe, by finding your community, by truly, surrounding yourself with people who are authentically them, who allow you to be authentically you.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, when you surrender yourself to source and to unconditional love. It's amazing what shows up.
And she says surrender. That's what came through. And it's funny because I mean I love that this is like super flexy, like, whoa, mama.
Yeah.
But she also looks like a unicorn to me, right? If you see, like, I don't know if you see it, but I see a unicorn a little bit. But yeah, it's that it's not the surrender of waving the white flag, because I was just feeling into, is there a collective message that needs to be shared, and this is what came through. The surrender is not like I give up, like, I'm good.
It's like surrendering to the universe to be healed.
It's like surrendering and opening up to the possibilities. It's like when we want something really, really, really bad, right? If everybody just do this, if you're, those of you that are watching or watching the replay, but bring your hands into a fist, right? And clench them real, real tight, right? And just hold it there for like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, to 1, and just really feel into that. Like when you want something, you want it so bad, and it's just like, oh, I want it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna have it, and it's like, right? Look what happens to the body, right? Look what happens to the hands. Everything contracts, right? And then there's no space for whatever it is that you want to come through, right? And so then you start to release that, and the release is just like, oh my goodness, it's more uncomfortable to release, because then you've got to, you're gotten so comfortable in that contraction. It's just like you open up, and it's just like, no, I can't do it, and then you go back in, right? But then there's that space of like that breath of okay, I surrender, I'm opening, I'm surrendering, I'm opening, I'm opening, right? And now there's space, now there's expansion, now there's this, like, I don't know, flexi bendy that's happening here. That's happening here in this beautiful illustration, right? That I think looks like a unicorn. But even if it is a unicorn, it's just like, what does a unicorn need to fly? It needs its wings, right? It needs to feel that air. It needs to feel that lightness. So if you're contracting like this, if you're in water, you're dropping right down to the floor. But if you relax, then you get to float, right? So however this is for you and how that speaks to you, you know, where is there an opportunity for you to surrender? Where is the opportunity for you to expand, to breathe a little deeper, to allow this to start to open into other sensations and possibilities and space for the thing that you want to come through. So there you go, collective message as we anchor in everybody. Yeah, I don't know if y'all have anything else for that.
Honestly, surrendering to the universe is one of the most amazing things I've ever done. So I highly suggest it to everybody. I know I did it by going outside when it was raining one day and just screaming, "Fuck you, I surrender," okay? And yeah, everything, it was very transformative.
Yeah, you reach a point where you can't do anymore. You're just exhausted, or whatever your obstacle is, and yeah, okay, what more do you want from me?
Yeah.
And you let go, let love.
Yeah, stop trying to control everything, and just surrender to the universe and let it play for a little bit.
Yeah, this past month was really challenging for a lot of people. So if you got through it and you're still here above ground, hey, congratulations, you know. We're getting through it. And what's going to happen next month? Well, transformation. That's the big word that keeps coming through. You know, spring is sprung. And so, yeah, transformation is here. So either you surrender to that transformation or you resist it. It's up to you, really.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thanks everybody who tuned in.
Thank you.
Trusting us with your questions.
Have a good night, everybody.